And we are live for the last time of 2024. These glasses have a glare on them, so they're coming off. And I'm letting the hair hang out today. Let's rock out with our hair out. To quote Race Car Randall, we will be doing a nice, as I'm putting this away, Mystic Manifesting end of the year recap to give you a reminder of how powerful you are. I feel like everybody kind of forgets this and they let their circumstances become their problems. Circumstances don't define you, you define your circumstances. It's, hey, circumstances don't matter. Yeah, but this time, in this case, and this is what I'm going, okay, why didn't it matter to the success story you just told me you read that was similar circumstances? Why didn't it matter that I was in the same circumstance as you and then I got out of it? You're like, oh, I understand there's a limitlessness to life, except for me in this certain situation. So, I can't. So anyway, we're going to let everybody come in a little bit. It's the end of the year. That's the wrong side. There we go. Everything's all inverted here. Let's see. We are going to let the Discord know we are here while everyone goes in. Gary, what's up, brother? And okay, I already wrote that we're all there. All right, cool. So today we are drinking my new favorite drink. We'll celebrate with this. Sponsor me. And I got a couple gifts that actually there's a couple things on me at the moment. There's other gifts that I received that were very nice. And I will show them either this live or the next. I will be smoking today a nice Rocky Patel cigar in the nice glass from Race Car Randall. So I appreciate you, brother, and I appreciate the Christmas gift. I will have to reveal that I'm not fully dressed up to get the other gift because I wasn't prepared. Yeah. This is a gift that I received the other day from, there she is, the ghosted woman, a.k.a. Inked, a.k.a. the person who has kept me on this channel for a long time, where I thought that I would not be around very long. I was going to make a couple videos, help people, and here we are. And there's Courtney. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and all holidays. May the cookies be with you. May they also be with you. And speaking of Hanukkah as well, even though I'm not Jewish, I had to put up a menorah the other day. Gary was assisting me on that. And surprisingly, I figured it out. So I will, hold on, let me tell this person I'm live right now. Okay. So we will go over a little bit of gifts I received. So I got this in the mail the other day from the Inked family. This is what her daughter made me. So thank you very much, Miss Hannah. And I would like to thank all of her and all of her kids for this because I think this was a group effort. Correct me if I'm wrong, Inked. I should have put this on. God damn it. I did say I was going to do that in the last thing. I messed up. But we can't fuck this up. That means we have to do another live tomorrow then. So I appreciate you and the kids for that, Inked. And then, hold on. This is my favorite part of the gift. Oh, you already saw it when it came out. Look at that. The hardest manifestation I've ever had to go through was the blue ball. Squishy blue ball. So that mini manifestation was complete. So thank you, Inked and kids. We are complete with the gifts. And then again, thank you, Race Car Randall. He said that he knew I had to have it because it would make so much sense for all the videos. I love you guys too. And I'm very thankful for all of you. And I'm thankful for the times you've been there for me when I've been in crisis and the times I've been able to be there for you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Best manifesting partner I've had and been with me since day one. Wow, then look at that too. I had to pick the right drink for this. It's the last one I got. Well, there's a green one in the fridge, but to go with the Mystic Manifesting end of the year celebration, we got a blue one. And, the signature skull ashtray. A good thing to do when you're smoking cigars and buying them is just leave them out. Don't fucking put them in a humidor. Let them get all crusty like I do. And, they'll be nice and horrible when you smoke them. But because it's part of the brand, I have to smoke it now. no matter how bad. And I see we have more people coming in. Welcome in, everyone. Just kind of giving everyone a chance to pop in. I fueled up this. It got a little messy. If I get lit on fire, it's going to be a really cool live. I did light on fire, kind of crazy. So happy end of the year, everybody. And one of the things I want to talk about today is give yourself credit for how far you've come. And I've made a bunch of videos about this. I talk about this, but I feel like a lot of messages I give get swept under the rug. It's just kind of like, guys, gratitude is important. I want SP. Guys, forgiveness is important. I want SP. Guys, give yourself credit. Love yourself. That's not SP. So I want to give you guys the motivation to listen to me, and this is not even giving motivation, but just to say, remember how far you've come. Who were you when you started this journey? SP or no SP? Money, no money, job of your dreams or no job of your dreams, whatever it is that you're going for. Where were you 1 year ago? This time last year, where were you? I'm thinking back to myself. Like, where was I when I started this channel? That's why I want to give Ink the shout out. And it's like, and another person, Race Car Randall, who the two people who gave me gifts right now. A lot of people gave me gifts this Christmas, so thank you to everybody. But Race Car Randall's known me since I was 19. I'm going to be 28 in 3 months. He met me at my very worst. He met me at the point where I used to stare at them train tracks pretty hard, ready to take a face plant and make it look like an accident. Like, Race Car Randall met me at that worst point of my life. Ink met me when I was starting this channel, and I appreciate you guys. You guys have seen me at my best and my worst. And just thinking back where I was back then, almost 10 years ago, where I am now, where I was 2 years ago, and just like how far I've come. And it's like I would never think that every week or almost every week when I remember to do it and I'm not lazy, I'm sitting here on a live stream where I was shy, quiet, reserved guy when I was a kid. And then to think that I'm here motivating people and that people watch my videos while they're at work. It's not like me where I would be watching other people's stuff and just listening to it. It's like one day I'll be like that. No, I became the guy that I looked up to and didn't even realize I did it. So sometimes you don't even realize that things you were looking for, things you wanted to manifest have played out. You don't even realize it. It just happens because you just followed your passion and did what you were supposed to. And it's like, for me, I didn't think this was going to be what it was. I just did this because it felt like the right thing to do and felt like I could help somebody. And then next thing you know, now I'm here over 2 years later. Made a lot of friends along the way, had a lot of good times, a lot of adventures. I've got to jump off. I'll watch this tomorrow. I think Hannah and are getting a cold. I'll message you. Yeah, for sure. Message me, Inked. And I'm sorry you had to jump off. But I will envision you guys getting better soon. Another thing, too, we'll talk about that. It's like, your son was sick. Well, you're not here, but when your son was sick, I can't remember which one was sick the other day. Nah, I'm not going to get the name wrong if I pick. I'm going to get the name wrong. I'm just trying to read this message that came in. I can't remember which boy was sick, but, we did the visualization, the group visualization meditation in Discord, and within an hour and a half, he was back to normal. It was bent. See, I was wrong. I was going to say Mike. So anyway, yeah. Oh, and you're still out here too. Josh, just getting on the live. I see him blowing up my phone. Thankful for him as well. He's been with me through thick and thin too. But we will visualize on their behalf as well. And that's one of the things about the Discord I like. We did a little experiment. Inked had 2 success stories. Both things we visualized, scripted, and everything for her came to be. I believe somebody else from the Discord had a success story. My mini manifestation list, a lot of things happened. I said, went 3 months with no clients. I said, I'll have at least 5 clients by the end of the year with only 3 weeks left to the year, 4 weeks left to the year. I finished off. Well, the year's not over yet. I had 7. By the way, we're still running discounts till the end of the year. Yeah, it's just crazy how all these things, like everything you say will come to pass. And no more thinking about the limits. Like, oh, I'm limited because of this or that. Happy New Year's Eve. Oh, yeah, it is. Well, no, it will be New Year's Eve soon. Maybe some of us are already experiencing it. But I don't want anyone sitting here thinking that the circumstances are greater than you. If you choose that the circumstances are greater than you, then they will be. and they're not. So that's just today's reminder. And I wanted to take a look back, tell some success stories and stuff like that. I was telling this one as an example. I haven't caught up with this person yet. I plan to soon to message him, but somebody who was having problems with um, the SP manifestation thing, saying it's been 2 years or whatever. I'm going through X, Y, and Z coaches, and then we worked together, did extensive work, and I believe if this is, I mean, it's not, I don't believe, I know it was a long distance relationship, countries apart, and I haven't talked to him yet, but last I spoke, they were spending the holidays together. So that was about a month and a half ago. So I was briefed on that, and I anticipate nothing less than it already happened. So I'm very proud of him and how far he's come. If Race Car Randall is here, I don't think he's here, but that's another amazing SP manifestation story. As well, he's got another story to share too, like his career. Like it was basically he was not going to be able to get the career that he got, and based on like his track record and stuff like that, and the odds of getting it, and he wound up getting that career. Myself and my career and what I wound up doing, and even the success stories I've had with this channel and on this channel, and then the things I'm planning to do in the future. There's a lot of big things, and I'm just, I guess I didn't really have a plan coming into this. Just wanted to sit down and say, sorry for not being here last week. It's been a crazy week or so, but I took some time to like recuperate on the holidays mentally. It's like I was only doing like sessions and stuff when people booked them, and that was it. And then as far as what do you call it? Making videos, haven't done that yet either. I mean, I plan to kick off the new year running with a lot of videos, back to the regular lives. We're doing our weekly Discord live streams where they could run anywhere from like 3 to 4 to 5 hours. And they've been long. But not only kick off this channel more, go back to the workout channel. Plan to do another competition, maybe 2. I have, what else? Talking about collabing, working on a film with somebody. A good friend of mine from high school who was actually one of the people from the mini manifestation list. We're here from 5 people. Came across my TikTok. We didn't follow each other or nothing. Came across my TikTok. I popped into his live, started talking to him the other day. He's like, hey, if you still do film, we'd love to have you as part of ours. And I said, I'd love to have you work on mine, even though I don't have anything in the works at the moment. Plans of opening up a gym, making friends in the realm that I wanted to do in fitness, film, and things like that. That stuff is all unfolded. Obviously, all the good things with SP have unfolded. Much more traveling ahead. I wanted to pay off like certain credit cards, and it didn't look like at one point I was going to get all that done. Said it would be done by Christmas, and out of nowhere, boom, random check there, surge of clients, overtime, holiday paid, and it's like, holy shit, that caught me up. Like living large a little bit, but got myself all caught back up. So it's like getting out of financial problems too. It's like things that I was like, well, I've never had this before, but I always pray. It's like I want to be a better coach. Put me in a circumstance to make me a better coach, and that did. What's up, Josh? How you doing? I did have a good Christmas. I hope you did as well. I'm glad everyone's kind of pouring in right now too, and what's it called? Hopefully they're notifying people. I know that I haven't been notifying a lot of people about the live streams. So in a way, we'll just hang out here for an hour. I mean, I got the cigar, got my drink, going through it relatively quick. It's not that much in there, but these are some of my favorite drinks now. You've been manifesting for 11 months, and there's been crickets. Anniversary passed, and she didn't reach out. I thought she would. Any advice? So there's a couple things there, I just reached out to a bunch of people and told them I'm live too. So I'm going to be getting a lot of messages like that. You thought she would, but are you thinking she would because it's like wishful thinking, or what was your dominant thought? She's probably won't, but it would be nice. But I've been doing this work, so it's probably going to happen. If you've been wavering like that, and then like I said, time crunches are dangerous. You say, oh, it's going to happen by our anniversary, and it don't happen by the anniversary. Now you've busted your own bubble. Like you've disappointed yourself. That's the danger of a time crunch. Because there were times where I wanted something to happen, like I talk about the Valentine's one, It didn't happen that Valentine's Day. We wound up getting back together like 2 weeks after Valentine's Day. And then the following year was the year that exact Valentine's thing played out. So don't be disappointed that it maybe, okay, this anniversary didn't turn out the way you were visualizing, this and that. Okay, the next one will. And it will be even better. So that's one thing you can look for. Don't set a time limit. Time limit can break you. Another thing would be, what work were you actually doing? How were you believing? How were you impressing your subconscious? How were you changing your beliefs? Did you feel that your beliefs were changed? Did you feel more positive about the situation? Now, without going overboard on techniques, because we know techniques don't manifest anything, but they create the feeling. Did those feelings get created with what you were doing? Or were you just doing them real quick? I visualized us together. She's here. No. Okay. Visualize again, or running through affirmations. Those are all things that could be a problem. Or are you doing nothing? Because like I've said this a million times, how many people have come to sessions? I need your help manifesting. I've watched a million videos, and especially all of yours, and I haven't manifested anything. And I'll bring up something from a recent video. Hey, how about this thing that I was talking about? Oh, I don't know. I didn't try that. Well, before spending money on a session, start trying the things. And, I'm giving all this information out there for free, so you don't need to do the coaching. And it's bad, like I said, it's a bad business plan, but I'm not in this for the business or the money. I like doing this. And the paying is just, that's a way to make my money for my time. But I do these lives, so it's like if people can't afford it, then you could ask questions like you're doing right now. And I would say, what are you actually doing? Are you manifesting, or are you hoping? Are you wishing? Are you feeling it's impossible, but it would be nice? What is the work that you're putting into it? I agree. Yeah, Courtney, it's the looking for the date. And there's a whole thing, like she said, not giving enough. And it's like, not that you don't care, detachment is not giving up or stepping away from stuff. Detachment is walking in faith. And I've said that a million times. If nobody's heard it in the video before, I'll say it again. Detachment is walking in faith. I don't care if it happens or not, doesn't mean that I'm attached to the negative of that. I don't care if it happens or not, just as a way for you to release pressure. Because if a situation is pressurized, that means there's a problem. That means that you're tense. That means you're worried something isn't going to play out, and those emotions, you're leaning towards the negative being the outcome. And you have to be on edge because something could go wrong. You're, in a way, subconsciously expecting something to go wrong. Exactly, Courtney. The need for something pushes it further away. It's not preparing for the worst and expecting the best, but it's always expecting the best and knowing that everything is working out in your favor. I don't just say that shit because it's catchy. It's something I've realized. It's like, no matter how many times I quote unquote fucked shit up, it's still somehow played out in my favor. But that's everything in life. Like, even as far as jobs, like I burned a ton of bridges. Like, I got tired of being, we just finished watching, Lily just finished watching Breaking Bad. It was like another watch through for me, and first watch through her. And it's like, you think about the Walter White thing. How many times did he fuck shit up and it still worked out in his favor? Because he had the underlying belief that he is the man. He can't fuck this up. I understand it's a movie, but it's a good metaphor. He didn't believe he was fucking shit up. He believed he was the smartest guy, but you watching as an outsider, it's like, dude, this guy's fucking everything up. But he makes it all the way up to being a kingpin that way. Rachel, welcome in. Glad to see you. So, yes, that's my bit of advice on there. If anything's unclear, I'll clear it up even more. But yeah, I just thought today was a good day just to reflect. And one of the things on Discord is we got a whole channel on there where you write down your gratitude and stuff like that. Everybody writes down like as they need it or as they feel like it. Like some days you just feel overwhelmed with joy and gratitude. Obviously, we're supposed to be doing gratitude every day, but it's like, boom, throw that down there. It's like, hey, I want to scream it out to the people on Discord. Okay, go ahead. Or we'll have live streams where we talk about the group manifesting, or what do you call it? What we're all grateful for. What have we manifested? Things like that. So there was something else. Let me see. I got some things written down too for some video ideas. If you guys have other stuff that you wanted me to cover in this upcoming year, we'll go over that. What was this? Now, I don't remember if I talked about this story. That's something I think I'll make a video on. People want to know about inspired action. And inspired action is this basically, you get that gut feeling you need to do something, and you can't shake it. And it's not out of desperation. It's a very fine line. Are you doing this because you're desperate trying to get something? Or are you doing this because you genuinely feel like this is what needs to be done and there's no way around it? Like what I would do always is push it off. I'm not going to take inspired action. I'm not taking action on this because I think it might be out of desperation. And then I'd wait and I'd wait and I'd wait. And you can't shake that feeling. It's like, no, it needs to be done. Like this is just, but like I said, it's a fine line because your anxiety and your anxiousness that I need an answer. I need to hear from this person. This needs to be done. I need to do that. That anxiousness can feel like an inspired action. So learning to regulate and calm yourself down. I mean, I'll do a video on that. If you have questions on it, let me know. Stuff about emotions, manifesting while nervous. What if you see the person? What if you're going on that job interview? What if all these things are happening and you have to go and face it? It's about dealing with nerves and being brave during the face of adversity. No common mistakes I've made while manifesting stuff. Now we all know you can't fuck this up, but it's like there's ways. Just because you can't fuck it up doesn't mean you should take every wrong road to get there. Don't worry, I've done enough of that so you guys don't have to. Those are some of the video topics I got for videos coming up. And yeah, we're 22 minutes in. I really didn't, I jumped on here because I'm like, it's Monday, and I haven't done it. I've been putting a lot of things off. So what about manifesting while heartbroken? Is it possible, or should I find a way to move on before manifesting? Well, EA, it's not, you could do it while heartbroken. I'll tell you that story, which, I mean, everybody already knows my story. And then we'll talk more about what Courtney said to the group on Discord. I'll talk some more about that. And I appreciate that, Courtney. Is it a group manifesting session or for each other? It's for each other and for ourselves. But I'll get more into that in a second. We'll talk about what we do, because it's like the people that we manifest on behalf of, I haven't heard all the stories, but I do know that some of them have happened already, which is pretty cool. There was a time crunch, but we did that. Because sometimes you need a permission slip, and we were giving each other the permission slip. It's like, you might have more faith than me, or you make a friend on Discord and you might have more faith than them because they've manifested X, Y, and Z, and you haven't done that yet, but you've done this. So they got faith in you. So it's like we're all just motivating each other. But I'll get more into that. I'll just answer EA's question real quick. Can you do it while heartbroken? Quick answer is yes. Like, I was heartbroken every day, having panic attacks. I see fucking Snapchat stories. You're out with a third party fucking watching a movie. Like, come on. And I'm here heartbroken with, self-concept gets built up, and everyone's like, well, what happens if my self-concept up and like this person wants to date me and this person wants to date me and I could get anybody I want? Yeah, I was in that position. You could have anybody you want, but the person you want rejected you and going to take any, Tom, Dick, and Harry who's out there, like, and you're feeling heartbroken. It's like, what the fuck do they have that I don't? That motherfucker's bald. That motherfucker's fat. That motherfucker's old. Like, that's whatever. Like, I've heard everything. I've seen the people. I don't know why, but through clients and things like that, people will show me pictures of third parties and specific people, and it's like, I don't need to see it. Like, do you need to see a picture? No, I don't need to see a picture, but somehow it always comes through, and it's like, you see the third party and they don't hold a light to the person. So while heartbroken, yeah, it's possible through anxiety, through panic attacks, through all that stuff. And, the hard part is it could happen through that. And I'm not saying this is going to happen, but when you get it, then can you keep your mental state regulated while it's there? Because it's another thing when the person's in your reality and it's like, oh, they're here, but they did this. Can I forgive that? Oh, motherfucker, I hate you now, but I love you, but I don't. Your brain goes back and forth, and this is a mind game. There are bad thoughts that want to come through your head, and there are good thoughts that want to come into your head. It is your job to be the guardian at your mind. Say, all right, go ahead. You could come through. You stay right there. You're out. I'm not thinking this. No attention to it. Put it in the corner. All right, this is a good thought. Bring it in. You are the guard of your own mind, and it could be more difficult when the person's in your reality, because then you're getting direct feedback. It's like you're not using your imagination anymore. You're going off. Well, they said this. Well, before you had no contact or no communication, so with their beliefs and thoughts or whatever could be whatever you're thinking. Yeah, Courtney, yeah, we've all been there with the heartbroken manifesting. And then to go back to what Courtney was saying too about the group Discord. Yeah, so on the group meeting, and I'm planning we do them once a month. We've done it one time already. Maybe once a month we'll do this. It will be where we all sit down. Everybody gets 3 minutes dedicated to them. You don't need any more than that, any less, because then too much, you start to dwell, you fall asleep, you get bored of it. It's just robotic and just you're doing it to do it. We take turns. Like in the Discord, there'll be me in there, and then whoever else wants to be a speaker, and then there'll be a chat, and then they could be speakers if they want, and the other people could go back to chat, whatever you want. Like whether you want to be in the chatting part or the speaking part, and we all take turns talking with the speakers. It'll be like, oh, here's what I want to manifest. I'll be like, does anyone have anything they want to manifest into their life? This person says, oh, I would like this with SP. So an example was, Inked had one where she said she wanted a gift from her SP for Christmas, and she has never received a gift from her SP for Christmas. And I did a visualization. It's just crazy how, like I said, whatever you visualize, it happens almost exactly. I was visualizing like a watch or a bracelet or something on her arm. I pictured it because I've seen the pictures of her arm, because she does have the mystic wolf tattooed. I believe it's on her forearm. I don't know. Like she always sends me close-ups if she sends me a tattoo, but it was like a close-up of her forearm. In my imagination, I'm picturing like gold or rose gold looking like bracelet or watch or something like that. 3 days later, she gets back to the group with the picture, and I knew that it was going to happen. And I pictured like her message coming through on the Discord, and boom, it looked like rose gold. Technically, it's silver, I guess, but in the picture, it looks rose gold, and it's a bracelet. And I was picturing bracelet or watch, something like that. And I was picturing how her SP would hand it to her, and removing like any other negatives from the equation, just all the stuff that I knew about from her situation. And other people were robotically affirming in there. Some people were just saying intentions, and we all like said stuff, and it was like, because it was her turn. Then at the end, also, she had one, her son got sick, which we mentioned already. Within an hour and a half, he was better after we all like visualized from him. And I took the idea from Joe Dispenza and stuff like that. And here's an example of thought transmission. I've played with the idea before. What if we all manifest on someone else's behalf, and we do this group manifesting session? Like they even talk about that in the Bible, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name. That's like, Jesus talking about miracles, and that's the real meaning of church and stuff like that. It's like 2 or more people are gathered. It's like, okay, that's like a group manifesting thing. You're all visualizing, praying for a certain thing, right? Joe Dispenza does that stuff where it's like half the room is sick with cancer and the other people are healthy, and they're visualizing on their behalf, seeing like their scans coming back less and less, and then they would scan the people. They're healthier, but the cancer has gone away. And like he's had stuff where blind people see and deaf people hear and stuff like that. So, I was thinking I watched a video on that. I watched another video from I forgot his name already. It's an old guy from the 90s. He talks about manifesting and stuff like that, and like his interpretations of the Bible. He did like the group meditations and stuff like that. And I kept watching all these videos. I'm like, you know what? We didn't really have a plan for the Discord. Or I didn't have a plan for the Discord that night, what the topic was going to be. I'm like, let's do this as an experiment. I had an emergency client book. That client told me, he goes, I was wondering if you can manifest on my behalf. And I'm like, well, everyone who is a client of mine, as soon as you're done, like now that if no one knows, this is what happens. It's like, I don't tell you that I'm doing this. It's just something I do because it's natural. I think about you and your circumstances whenever it comes up in my mind. If that person pops up in my mind, I think about them and I visualize them being successful and what the end goal was. And I don't think about they got to get over this and this and this. I just think, hey, no, they're already, wow, I'm so thankful that they're already the master of their circumstances, right? And the guy asked me, hey, can you manifest on my behalf, this and that? I'm like, well, I already kind of do that and stuff like that. But I'm like, you know what? We'll do a live on it. And he's like, you know what? And he wrote out an entire script, I guess, early in the morning. I believe he said he was scripted it on paper. He was writing down like what he was going to say to me. And like if I tried to counter it, because I was always big on not, doing this group meditation or manifesting on someone else's behalf. So he pictured convincing me, writing it down and doing all this stuff. And throughout the day, I'm seeing all these videos that's making me think that would be a really good idea. So I already was going to do this when he brought that up to me, but it happened in the most normal, natural way. Now, you take that however you want. If it's an SP thing, your SP could have already made the decision where you're sitting there trying to, well, when we go on this date, I'm going to say this and I'm going to say that. And then she'll probably counter it or he'll counter it this way. And then they'll do this. But then if I say this, all that's a waste of effort because you've already impressed their subconscious with, they think that you're the best option. They love you already. You've already done that. So for me, it was other stuff that influenced me. For my SP to come back to me, it was probably other things that influenced her to want to come back. And in everyone else's case where the person has come back. In the case of getting hired at a job that you didn't think, you didn't think you'd get this job or something, candidates had fallen through and things like that. That happened with me when I was turned down for a job. It's like other people had influenced and made the decision where I had to just come back and be me. So, well, like Neville said, whether there's one man or a million, they will all play their part. So videos from guys in the 90s and old things that Joe Dispenza did wound up becoming the things that made me believe in doing this method that this guy wanted to try, that he scripted out, and it felt normal and natural to me. So in a way, his thoughts and his scripting influenced me, and not in a way where it's like, and then when I found out about it, it wasn't like, oh my God, you influenced my thoughts. No, it felt like a good idea to me at the time. I feel all on board for it. Just like when your specific person comes back, it's like they're all on board for it. Like, hey, cool. I do want to be with you. So anyway, that was just a quick thought transmission story, some group manifestation stories, and just to kind of go back to what Courtney was saying, that's what it's about. Even using the bad energy to manifest, transmutation is getting what you want. Exactly, Courtney. Yeah, you could take the bad stories and turn them into good ones. SP doesn't want to be with me because they're dealing with this and this and this. Why are they? Okay, they're dealing with that, but then guess what? They're going to want to lean on someone who's important to them, who could maybe help them get through that. And now you put yourself in that position that I'm the person that they can lean on, and then picturing how you could help them through that situation, this and that. And the next thing you know, they're going to want to talk to you and have you help them. What's up, Sivan? What's up, brother? How you doing? 3 a.m., Bart? Well, hopefully you get some rest soon. We'll be on for another 30 minutes or so, do my hour and have my cigar, celebrating the end of the year. Wait, is it already New Year for you? No, because you're a little bit ahead. Dude from the 90s. Did you know, did you see Kevin Trudeau is back? New show and everything. Courtney, I don't know who Kevin Trudeau is. Is that Justin Trudeau's brother? Bob, I know you've asked that question before. Ask him, and I'm not being an asshole here, but asking that same question again and again is reaffirming that's the situation you're in. And you want to know, how do you get out? And I'm telling you what I've done. And sometimes it's not doing anything. You have to feel, okay, you want to speak to this SP now. You want to speak to this person now. They left you for a third party. How do you get rid of the third party? You remove attention from that person, because the more you think, SP, oh, they're with this person. Okay, you've solidified that. I want to be with her, but she's with this person. I want to have an inner conversation, which is what you should be doing, inner conversations. You say something nice to her, she says something nice back. What do you think she'll say back? And then how would you respond to her saying that nice thing? And you're having this nice inner conversation. You can't have that inner conversation because you're thinking third party. You need to remove attention from it. That person doesn't exist. There is no third party. The reality I have is I say this to my specific person, and I feel like I'm with her. So you take these techniques. How do you feel? How do you feel that you're in communication with her? How do you feel that there's no third party? Here's the thing. It's about feelings. Like, remember, Neville says, feeling is the secret. These techniques do nothing other than change your feeling state. So if the technique is not changing your feeling state, maybe change the technique. It might not feel natural. You sit down and have a script. You could script out. You know what? I am so thankful that SP is now back with me. You're writing a little journal. It's like, today was a great day. We did this and this and this. I mean, I'll tell you from a friend who, I'm going to bring him on to tell the story, but it's like he was just scripting every night, writing a journal about all the good things that happened in his day and the stuff that he wished that would have happened with his SP there. And I remember that story, like before I even knew about SP Manifest, before I was interested in anybody, I remember that story. And he's now married and they have a kid together. So that was an amazing story that I heard, but it was like he was acting as if they were together already, and there's a fine line. You don't want to be crazy telling people like, yeah, we're together and things are great. And then meanwhile, there is like another, but you keep it to yourself. You're not trying to convince your friends, your family, the specific person, the third party, the world, me, or the chat that this is real. It's just to yourself that, how do I feel if this is done already? How do I feel in that relationship right now? How does it feel that she treats me like this? How does it feel that he treats me like that? Is it whatever you want the person to treat you like, you're feeling that now? getting carried away and missed my cigar. So I hope that makes sense. Got into trading meme coins about 6 weeks ago. Started hitting 3x and 5x, or 3 times, 5 times. When I was losing streak, got very fearful. Training reaffirmed, calmed my desire. I am state, hit profits again. There you go, Bart. See, it's funny too, Bart. Here's a quick thing where it's like I've got Dogecoin and I got Ethereum Classic, because I thought, when I got into it, it's like, oh, it's just the cheaper version that I could afford of Ethereum. And I got into it, and I remember me and Gary were talking about trading and this and that. And I told him I bought, I'm like, damn, I bought this Ethereum Classic at $98, and now it's only worth 22. He's like, and then I showed him the statistics, because he's not really into the whole, what do you call them, like meme coins and stuff like that. And he's like, I don't see it coming back. And I'm like, wouldn't it be wonderful if it is? And I kind of pictured myself, not in an asshole way, but being like, hey, Gary, take a look at this. And that shit jumped up to almost $50. It's like, holy shit, how we go from 22, where it hasn't even broken 30 in like 3 years. Boom, jumps up there. I had a conversation with a couple people about Doge not coming back. And then I was going on TikTok the one day. I remember I was actually having a cigar with Gary. And then I look down and see this thing, and it's like Trump makes the Department of Energy, or the Department of Government Efficiency or whatever. And I see it says Doge. And I'm like, why the fuck do I know that name? Thing. And then Elon is involved in that. And Elon was part of Doge. And I go and look, and I'm like, it's going to go up. And then it's kept going up, 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 up. And I started thinking, I'm like, what if I didn't sell in time? I had a conversation with my dad, who knows a lot about trading. He's like, you should have been selling. You should have been selling. I started thinking, oh, maybe I should have sold. And now I see the stuff plummeting. I'm like, it's plummeting. It's plummeting. And now I stopped caring. And I've been seeing like, it's going back up slowly. But I'm not watching that crazy much on it. But that's awesome. It's funny because trading and gambling and things like that, I'm not saying go out and gamble or trade or whatever, but it's just something that I've done where it's like I can notice this stuff, and it's pretty cool. It's called Your Wish Is My Command, huge in the 90s. Yeah, Courtney, I don't know. I've never seen that one. But I only had 3 years. Only had 3 years to play around with the 90s. Nick, I caught you. I was thinking about you today, wondering where you've been. Well, I'm glad you caught me, Nancy. Yeah, I was. Oh, and hopefully you got my email too. Yeah, you should be on all the Discord channels now. So thank you again. Again, anyone who, if you buy coaching, it's all discounted. If you buy a coaching session, I put you in the Discord. Or if you want to just be in the Discord, it's just the monthly subscription of $750. So if you want that. But yeah, so you should be in all the channels. Let me know if you're not. But I was thinking about you the other day too. I'm like, oh damn, hopefully she got that email. Well, Bob, I'm glad you're getting it more. Yeah, the whole point is feeling as if it's done now. Like, if anything, read Neville's book, Feeling is the Secret. And, pay attention, like in some of the videos, like I said, a lot of people, it's like I've made videos on like every little, hey, I went through this. This is how I felt. I was torn up. I didn't know what to do. And just because this stuff made me feel better, it's the only reason I attempted it. It's like when you think all else has failed, why not try it? What do you have to lose? The shit has hit the fan. What do you have to lose other than feeling good? And you'll be surprised at the results when you're doing it where it's like, I don't need this, but you're doing it. You're not doing it to get something. You're doing it because you want to feel good. And then slowly but surely you put yourself in that state and feeling accomplished like you have it. Exactly, Corey. Yeah, the trading is like mental, and even like as far as like slot machines and stuff like that. Slot machines are a random number generator. Stocks have more stuff that could impact them. Where I know people manipulate that shit, like, well, the rich people. But it's like Neville said, if it's one man or a million, all will play their part. And in my case, sometimes like whether it's that random number generator or that random card in the deck, it will all play its part. Exactly, Bart. Marcus, what's up, brother? How you doing? Exactly, Rachel. Yeah, power of awareness is another good one. In fact, you know what? I just found it the other day. I was looking for the book. I put it in the bottom part of a table in the front room. What's it called? The Neville Complete Reader. Great book to have. Okay, good. I'm glad you got the email. Perfect. Yeah, and feel free to post whatever on there too, questions, all that stuff. I haven't gotten to check it yet. I know that I saw it exploding the other day, but I was this whole past week, but like I said, I was pretty busy. We didn't do our family Christmas party till Saturday. I was at SP's family party on Christmas Eve. I was with her on Christmas Day. Had some emergencies pop off at work where I was pretty tired after that. Then trying to do last minute Christmas shopping, everything like that, it became very difficult to get it done. Any New Year's resolutions or goals for 2025? Exactly. Well, thank you, Bart, for bringing that up. That was something I did want to talk about too, not just for myself. I mean, I mentioned some of the things that I want to do a little bit earlier, but I think that's something we should all do because, what do we think about when we think resolutions? And the societal view of resolutions is write down some things that are positive that you should do that you'll probably stop doing in January or that you'll stop doing by March. That's what most of us see as resolutions, right? For me, it's like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. And it's like, there's nothing different between tomorrow or whatever, to the next day, whatever, the New Year. There's nothing different between that and any other day. So it doesn't have to be New Year's, but it's a nice symbolic thing. It's a permission slip that, hey, I'm going to do this in order to make this happen. Like, I think we should all make some resolution lists, but with the intention or the idea of it as a mini manifestation list. These are things that are going to happen come hell or high water. These things will happen in the year. And you got 365 days to obtain it. So that's a fucking, what do you call it? That's a timeline that you can believe. Hey, it's a whole year. Think about people who've been manifesting something for years and years and years. They're going like, oh, it's gonna come today, maybe probably not today. And you know what? If it's not here and you're already expecting it not to be there, if it's not here by Friday, it's never gonna happen. And then I'm gonna quit. Okay, you're already expecting it to fail. Friday comes just as you suspected. It failed. Okay, cool. Yep, you got exactly what you asked for. Manifesting didn't fail. You visualized and anticipated and believed that nothing was going to happen by Friday. It didn't happen Friday. And then you give up and you take a couple of days off and you say, you know what, maybe there is something to this because all these people online have success. Now, you know what, I give it to the end of the month. And if it doesn't happen at the end of the month, I'm done with this. You're like making threats to the fucking universe that you are fully, and you are giving the power that, hey, this is not going to happen. And it doesn't happen. And just as you suspected, you are a fucking master manifester. You manifested yourself not getting what you wanted because you knew it wasn't going to happen. But the people who are like open to the idea, this could happen. This is fuck. It would be crazy if that happened. Like Neville said, wouldn't it be wonderful if this happened? That would be pretty crazy. And then you get lost in that daydream of, man, if I open my own gym, that would be fucking crazy. If I open a gym, what would I do? Man, I would have this in the gym and that in the gym. It would look like this. Here's how I do the color scheme and this and that and that. And I would get my friends. Race car Randall will be there. He'd get in for free. I'll get my mom and dad in there and they'll start working out. And these are all things I've visualized too for owning a gym. And it's like, okay, I have my friends, my family, they'll be there and it's like, okay, we could do this. And who would I partner with? Do I need a partner? Can I do it myself? And it's like, you get lost in those ideas versus, it would be great if it happened, but it's probably not going to happen. And then just in case this don't work out, I'm going to kind of prepare for this. And if this don't happen, what's it called? If that don't happen, then I'll have to do this. And I need to plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way down to Z or whatever, and go all the way down this list of things that you're not expecting to happen. So to get back to Bart's point, yeah, we should do New Year's resolution lists. And it's like, write it down as a mini manifestation with 365 days for all those dreams to come true and anticipating that they're going to happen. And when you think on them, think about, wouldn't it be wonderful if they happened and how would it happen? And then when you go back, or even if you script on it in the process and you think about it every day, when it does play out, you'll be in shock that it happens almost, my experience, sometimes it is exactly the way you picture. Other times it's very close to what you envision. And it's like, holy shit, this is like a dream. I've seen this before, deja vu, and it happens. Like for me, it's like, yeah, I want to put more work into muscular mystic stuff. I want to do at least one more bodybuilding show in the summertime. I'm on my bulk now, so it's the fun part. I wanted to make more friends in the film industry. I go on TikTok and I run across a friend from high school who we don't follow each other, but now we do. But it's like we don't follow each other. I jump in his chat. He has like three people on there, and I know what a big difference it makes. All of you guys are all regulars on here. It makes a big difference when you recognize the names and the faces. Makes you a little bit more comfortable. Hey, I know this person, so I'm not really worried about strangers coming in here because I got a group. I'm here with my friends now. I feel good. And I just jump in there, just motivate him a little. And he's like, Nick, if you're still doing movies, like we should get together and work on something. And I just sent him a message right before we started this. So it's like, that was something I asked. It was just something I asked God and the universe. Just like, hey, this would be nice. I want to have more friends in this industry. And it's like, well, someone who I'm already know and I'm comfortable with, who was one of my closest friends in high school, we have a chance to work together. When I wanted to open a gym, my friend who just messaged me right now, who does the meal preps, he needs a location to like start selling the preps out of. We said, what if we find a place together and we work together? and you sell your stuff there. And I've already got clients here who are looking for people in meal prep. We combine the businesses. They need people who need personal training, this and that, motivation. Okay, that's how that dream will play out. I'm not going to say that I won't open the gym this year. Maybe it's in 2 years, whatever, but it's something that's on my radar. Doing another competition, building the Muscular Mystic page, going back to comedy skits and making a short film and being involved in stuff, making more cool edits with Gary if he's down for them. Doing like other ones where it's like me and Neville and mixing that stuff and like just making a bunch of motivational montages where it's like you just hear, and in a way it's just subliminally sinking into your mind all these positive things and instructions on using the law of assumption. Growing more with my specific purse, with Lily, doing more things with her, taking a big vacation. Maybe I've never had a 2-week vacation before since I've been an adult. So I've never had a long time off. I've been saving up my days. That's something I want to do. Becoming financially independent, more clients, making money in other avenues as well, selling more merch, designing more merch, like picturing myself in the gym wearing the stuff I have in my own gym. Those are all things that I'm looking to do this year. But it's not going to be, say the 365 days elapse, because I did say that 365 days is a time limit. If it doesn't happen on 365, but on 366 out of nowhere, somebody buys me a building and says, put your gym here, I'm backing you. Am I going to be upset? Because no, it's supposed to happen in 2024. This is a failure. You know how many times that shit's happened a week, a day, a month later, after you've already kind of like given up, but you held firm and like, nah, you know what? This is going to happen. It's going to happen. I know it because I got no other choice, because I feel good when I think about that. And then it happens. That's what persistence is. That's where that comes from. And obviously, whatever passions you have, follow them, because I just saw what Rachel was writing too. She wants to do more oil painting. And there you go. You got the paints for Christmas. That's awesome, Rachel. And I can't wait to see and put that in the Discord for sure. And that's another thing too we have in the Discord is that whatever passions you have. I know we have a writer in there, as well as myself, not just me, but there's another writer in there. Rachel's a painter and a dancer. We got a thing for working out, like the progress pics or like workout routines and stuff you want to put in there. Whatever, it's like following your passions. For me, video game streaming seems really fun. It's not that I'm not a big gamer, but it seems fun. It seems cool. It's like, hey, I could share that. And it's like, even if I don't get a bunch of viewers, but it's just you guys come over there here and there, and I'm not expecting you to. But if you do, it's like, hey, it's cool. Make some new friends doing it. And it's cool. I'm having fun. I like what I'm doing. This is fun. It makes me laugh. That's something fun. And if that pays off, it pays off. But I don't have any – personally, I'm not married to the idea of it being anything. This channel was the same way. I didn't marry this idea of that, I'm going to be this next great manifesting coach, this and that. I mean, you see, I kept my day job for a reason, so I don't have to be one of these people who's like, I need to get more clients. No, you should probably book 2 sessions. More than half of you in this chat have had sessions with me probably, or maybe at least half of you guys. You know that I tried to talk you out of getting more time or extra sessions or things like that. It's not about the money. It's about the money when it's my time. It's like, shit, I got to make time for this. Okay, what do I feel my time is worth? But I do the discounts and shit. Marcus, let me see. I'm trying to understand the question because I do know your circumstances and I know your stuff, but we work together. And if you're open to me talking about it here, I'm not going to give all the specifics. I don't know what constant 3D bombardment is. Are you referring to people saying things that you don't want to hear in the 3D? Because I've dealt with that. I've went full. Actually, like I said, we were watching Breaking Bad the other day, and I went the full thing. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Breaking Bad, cover your ears or get off the thing real quick. Get off the thing if you haven't seen Breaking Bad. I'm going to say something from it. So when Hank discovers Walt and he goes fucking running, like where he crashes into the guy's house and he gets out, and he's like having a full-blown panic attack. Yeah, that's how it was when I found out there was a third party, when the guy who introduced me in SP told me that there was a third party and that she wrote that she loved him online. And I was like, I went to my car and everything's like this. My ears are ringing. It's like, fuck, what the fuck just happened? I was just doing everything correctly. And it was like, you're panicked at that point. And then you go and check social media and then it verifies what that guy said because you expected it to verify it. And you just go into this whole panic mode. the best way to deal with it is tune it out. Don't give it attention. Easier said than done. It's a nice, lazy answer to give you. Just don't pretend like it didn't happen. But you could also script it, write your little piece of paper, throw it in your ashtray, burn it, take a shredder, shred it up, put it under your pillow, and just say, one day I'm going to look at this and be like, I remember when. Or whatever you want to do with it, you could do that. And then once that paper is done and gone and you don't look at it anymore, you have done an action and you have the faith that because you did that, it's already resolved. And like I said, I know your situation. Enjoy your time with the people that are there. If they really love you and they want to spend time with you and their company is fun, do not miss the time that you have with the people who care about you. You know how many times I blew off people who cared about me because I was heartbroken trying to manifest SP, and I'd lay in bed and it's like the more I sleep, the closer I am to this relationship. And I'll tell you on the other end of it, and this is not being negative, but it's like, and it's not being negative saying it ain't all it's cracked up to be, but it ain't all it's cracked up to be. Not just my relationship, but all relationships. It's like that person does not make you or define you, because you might find yourself in a position like myself where you've lost everybody else, but you got the thing you wanted. Like, be careful what you wish for. God's given you all your desires. Here's your friends and your family, and there's peace coming in, but you have to trust that. But you almost in a way make a trade. No, I'm willing to burn all these bridges just because this is the one thing I want more than anything. And you idolize that person, and it's like you lose who you are. And, I've always been open and transparent with my stuff. I have lost a lot of who I am, but I've lost a lot of bad parts of who I am. Maybe I lost some good parts of who I am. But at the same time, it's like you spend so much time with somebody, you become a little bit like them, and then hopefully the good parts of you rub off on them, and they become a little bit like you, but you become a different person through that relationship. Same thing with friendships. Like you said, the 5 people you spend the most time with, people you become like. So what I'm saying, Marcus, is don't neglect the time that you're spending with your friends because you're worried about the SP thing. And it's easier said than done. Go there and try to have as much fun as you can. You don't have to be the life of the party, but laugh at the jokes, have fun, enjoy when you see the people, things like that. That's awesome, Bart. Since February 2024, he went from something to nothing to everything. That's awesome. And sometimes it looks like that. If we're speaking about stock markets and things like that, you go up and down, but that's what life is. Gary said that to me one time too. He said life is ebbs and flows, and relationships are ebbs and flows, and it's true. You have ups and you have downs, and that's what I've learned too. It's not, not the end of the world when it's down, because everything always comes back up. They say what goes up has to come down. Well, what goes down has to go back up too. That's life. Well, Marcus, too, I would take that too. Like everybody in your life, everyone in my life knows about the stuff I went through with SP. Everybody was like, you're a fucking idiot. I was like, you're a fucking idiot to myself. At the end, again, we'll take a Breaking Bad thing. It's like your pride and your ego. That's what got the best of you. Don't let your pride and ego get the best of you. You could want this person, you could desire this person, and you could have this person. But if someone wants to talk shit, let them talk shit. Because when the time comes and you're back together, all people care about is, are you happy? You're happy? Okay, I don't think this person's that great, but you know what? You're happy, so I'm happy for you. They're going to move on with their life. Their life is not going to be destroyed or upset or beat up because you are doing something they disapprove of. At the end of the day, everyone, when we let others influence our mind, they're the ones who have control of us. Whoever has your mind, has you, has your personality, has everything about you. If it makes you happy or it makes you sad, at the end of the day, people always have something to say. And a lot of times it is a kind of a reflection of what you're feeling internally. Let it go. It's not their business, and it's not your business to worry about what their business about your business is. It's your business, how you feel right now. So if they want to talk shit and it really bothers you, you can walk away. If they want to talk shit and you could use it to your advantage, i.e., yeah, man, her friends even think she's a fucking bitch. And you know what? Eventually they're going to get through to her and we're going to be back together because she's going to be like, man, my friends like him so much. What the fuck's wrong with me? Maybe that's how you sell yourself on that story. And you say, wow, it's good that they're saying that because it's somehow going to lead to us getting back together. Whatever story you tell yourself, it becomes the truth. And not to quote a great painter than bad guy, but That's a very fucking true statement. A lie told enough times becomes truth, especially one to yourself. Gary said, be careful with SPs, friends. But yeah, don't take when he said be careful with the friends. It's like you could hang out with them, especially if they're your friends too, and like your situation, they're all mutual friends. My friends didn't know who SP was. They just knew the stories. They saw how I looked. They saw me getting destroyed. You know, they had their opinions. They voiced their opinions. I kept doing what I was doing. I kept praying and visualizing what I wanted. And I got what I wanted in the end. Did I cut people off? Yep. Did I lose a lot of friendships? Yep. Did I go back and look? Did I trim the fat out of my life? In most cases, yeah. Majority, 99% of them, yeah. Trim the fat out of my life. But find a way to make that story positive. Whatever makes the most sense to you. Can I remind you of how I got up out of the breakup pattern? Yeah. And it's like, it's something that will still come on me. And like, when the fights arise, I could tell it's my thoughts going back, especially when you're manifesting a specific person. I'll tell you the one thing that probably nobody else is telling you. Your thoughts, like I said, you're the guardian of your mind. You know, you want to borrow some religious text, the metaphor of Saint Michael being the guardian of heaven. You're the Saint Michael of your own mind. You're the guardian of your mind about what is going in and what is coming out, and what is going in and what's coming out. Like what good thoughts, bad thoughts, whatever. I would be focused on, she did this to me, she did that to me, instead of thinking, this is a whole new person. I've shifted into a reality where if there's infinite possibilities of reality, there's a version of the person that treats me the right way. There's a version of that person that treats me like shit. I don't give power or attention to that. I let that person go. And if that person's never going to be around, why the fuck would I want them anyway? And you kind of put it that way. And then at the same time, too, I kind of told myself it was like a no-nonsense thing. And I give the best analogy to it. It was like, I hate training legs. I hate doing squats. But the one day I go in the gym, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to do it, but I have to do it. It's got to get done. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to do this. And I bust out more reps and more weight than I ever thought I would for the first time squatting in a long time. I astounded myself with that. Same thing, breaking this pattern. I said, that's it. I'm done with this. It's not a game anymore. I'm not fucking playing around. I don't care if this person comes back because I don't want a fucking bullshit version. And I don't want to deal with this asshole anymore. I'm like, but I know there's a beautiful person, a version of her that could be a beautiful person. I'm going to deal with that person, only that person. If that never shows up, then it never shows up. And it was accepting that there's two realities. I could either focus on creating hell on earth or heaven on earth. I chose to create heaven on earth through forgiveness, through care. Like even the bad version, I forgive and love the bad version. And I send that way on at peace. The person that loves me and cares about me and has this affection and really wants to make my life better, I give that person attention. But it's the same way. It's not just a specific person in a relationship. Friends, family, bosses, all this other stuff, putting that attention onto those people. Damn, it's going crazy out there in the parking lot. Putting attention on those people in a certain light will attract that version of them into your reality. So it is your job to see everybody and imagine lovingly on behalf of everybody, because you are choosing the version of that person you're going to deal with and you're going to experience, whether it's work relationships, bosses, friends, family, parents, same thing. I'm going to just kind of reiterate, everybody in your life, they're going to appear a certain way. You have assigned a meaning to who all those people are. So it's your job to change how you see them. It's your job to give forgiveness. It's your job to change all this stuff, how you see it. So that's kind of, I just said, there's no more nonsense. I don't care whether it's garbage or a good version or a bad version, whatever. Like, if it's bad, I choose. I love myself so much, I'm not going to deal with the bad version no more. But God, if this stuff that I'm teaching is real and that's what I'm learning and what I'm preaching and living is real, I know that it's going to give me what I'm going to experience what I want to experience. And sure enough, in short order, I took inspired action when it was like I kept putting it away. I don't want a message. I don't want a message. I'm not desperate. I really don't care. And then I just had this feeling of like, I said, I went through that thing where I felt love, and it's like, I love every version of you, and I believe you deserve to be loved, and everybody deserves to be loved. And I just kind of gave that. And it was an emotional experience. It was an emotional meditation. And then I went and I said, you know what? I'm going to experience this version of this person. I'm going to have this. And then it was like, I kept feeling, send a message. She's in pain. She's this, she's that. I don't want to do it because, then you start thinking the negative. I'm fine. I don't know what the fuck you care about that. Like, you think about that evilness. And it's like, no, you know what? I don't think about that. She might need my help, but I'm not going to reach out. If this feeling's still here tomorrow, I'll reach out. I'll reach out tomorrow. And then like when it became so overwhelming, it's like, because I'm cool with it. I could go about my day. And the fact that I just kept going about days and feeling it, it's like, I'll send the heartfelt message and swallow my pride and ego a little bit. And then it happened. And then there was been no problem really since then. Exactly, Courtney. Everyone is you pushed out. It's funny too, because we just ran across a thing in the Bible. I read the Bible with SP to in a way I'm showing her, it's like helping her understand it and teach manifesting, like Neville taught out of the Bible and Reverend Knight taught out of the Bible. You could teach out of Stoicism too, and you could teach out of the Tao Te Ching, and you could probably teach out of any religion. They're all preach the same thing for the most part. And it's like you could find that this law of assumption has always been with humanity. And I would just teach out of that, and we just read something very similar to about the everyone you pushed out. Exactly, Bart. Yeah, some things are going to pop up, but you could just flip it and get rid of it. That's a strong mental diet that you got going there. And exactly, a strong self-concept, like Courtney's saying too, will keep you strong. Well, Courtney, thanks for dropping in too. Happy New Year's to you too. Also, Kaylin, I see you sent a message, but it got retracted. I don't know if it did that, but I'm not ignoring you. So if you want to send the message again, I don't have it. Oh, wow, damn, look at that. We reached the hour already. I mean, I'll go over a quick rundown again. I'm setting my goals for this year. I'm going to write them down tonight, get my planner going, start picturing things that I want to work on, get my visualizations going, and experience the life I want. And for you guys as well, I would suggest the same. Your mini manifestations, your New Year's resolutions, whatever you want to call it, things that you know that could happen, that will probably happen, that you're going to put effort into without trying to make them happen too hard. And I can't wait to hear about it. Discord is $7.50 a month if you want to be a part of that, or if you want to buy a coaching session, it's still discounted till, I was going to say the end of the week. I'll do the end of the week, all the way till Friday. If you guys want to do a coaching session, and otherwise then the prices go back up. I add you into the Discord after that. If you were interested in all the group meditations and stuff like that, we do those there. That's about all my announcements and plugs and stuff like that. If you want to buy yourself some Mystic Manifesting late merch gifts, those are, I didn't even include them on this, but they're everywhere on the channel. Well, you're welcome, Marcus. That's what I do. That's the Mystic lifestyle. 2 instant manifestation. That's awesome, Nancy. If you want to share that success too, you could feel free to share it. We'll wait for the countdown. If everyone has any more questions and stuff too, let me know. We'll go another couple minutes, and then I'll log off. I'll enjoy my cigar, meditate a little bit, visualize some things. Finish my drink right now. Thank you again, Race Car Randall and Miss Inked and Beautiful and Kids for the gifts. Do you believe in the saying that all manifestations are inevitable as long as you persist? Yeah, I do. It's funny you said that. I was just thinking about that today because, I don't remember what it was. I was at the gym, I usually don't go to, with SP today, and we were working out together, which is rare. We're sitting on the bikes together talking, and there was a couple things, but one of the negative ones was like the city at this fucking suburb city is like breaking my balls about a fucking shower not having hot water pressure that I don't use, and they gave me a pass on it. And I thought about it the other day while driving. I'm like, wonder if they ever come break my balls on that again. And I had to take a phone call because my mechanic's number is disconnected. I think maybe he's calling me back on a different number. And this motherfucker started breaking my balls on this, and I'm like, man, this is my fault. And they got me really mad, and he did, and I was bitching to SP, and I was bitching to my dad, and I was bitching to everyone who will listen, because, not because it happened, but more probably because in my own mind, I know I thought that before it happened. But that was one thing. And then there was something else that happened in the gym too. I thought, I'm like, everything I've ever visualized has ever happened. And me and Race Car Randall talked about that, and he came on here for a live, and I had him on the phone. I was holding him like that. But we're like, everything we've ever wanted in our life, we have gotten. If you break it down, everything you've ever asked for, you might not have realized it. It may have happened years later. Like as a kid, I wanted a huge Star Wars Clone Trooper collection, 3.75 inches, great size. I wanted to have that collection as a kid, and when I started working and I hated the job I was doing, I felt like this is like blood money. I fucking hate this. I killed my dreams for this. What am I going to spend this money on? I'm not saving this shit. And I would just fucking buy Clone Trooper figures. And I built a huge collection. And I was like, as a kid, I would have loved this, but it happened years later when I was an adult. It was still cool, but like it's not the same as playing with the toys as a kid. It's just like you have them now. No, it's just a collector's thing. But it's like, man, that was something I always wanted to visualize all the time as a kid. And then I was a grown man, it happened. I'm not saying your manifestation will take that long, but something that happened. Everything you ever wanted in life. I mean, his dream car he wanted when he was a teenager, he got it in his early 30s. I have a friend in town who I was supposed to have dinner with, and there was a change of plans with her mom, who was supposed to take care of her kids and ended up with COVID. I told her that we were going to manifest her sister-in-law, saying that she would allow the girls to sleep over, and I was describing a scenario of how it would happen, when she stopped me and said, no, let's manifest my mother not having COVID. I got interrupted, and I have to jump off the call, and a few hours later, she calls me telling me her sister-in-law allowed the girls to sleep over. There you go. And we were able to go out and stay out as long as we wanted. That's awesome. And that's how quick it happens, too. It's like, and look, what happened? You got interrupted by a call, which distracts your mind from it. Then next thing you know, it played out. I visualized a scene of a revolving Christmas tree. I visualized a scene revolving a Christmas with SP, and past Christmas was not the event like that I visualized. But now I know it's already happened. I've seen it, I've heard it, I've felt it, and I smelt it already. Long story short, I got the exact car I visualized already as a gift. Old time Mercedes. Now the dog and the SP will follow. That's awesome, Bart. See, that's the thing too. It's like my friend really wanted that car, and he wanted to find that for a good deal too, and you did it as well. I don't know if Josh was still here. I know he manifested his dream car, and it's funny enough, Josh's dream car is the same, one of the two dream cars that I have. But it's just pretty cool to hear all that stuff. And thank you, Bart and Nancy, for sharing your stories too. Those were awesome. I know everybody's always like, oh, I want the SP thing, but it's like, just these other things are just as important too, because it's something that you want and you desire and you got it, but it's just because, oh, it's not the thing that I really, really wanted, so it doesn't matter. It does matter. So I think that's important. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you for coming into the end of the year live and remembering that your circumstances don't matter. You know, you can't fuck this up. It's all working out in your favor. And we got another year coming, a great year. All the things we want are going to come in this year. And we're going to, and in that time, when they come in, guess what? When you get the things you desire, you're still going to desire things. That's called being a human being. That's why we're put on this earth, to desire things, to have them, and to accomplish them. FYI, last minute, SP joined me during the girls' night out, and we had a great time. I hope he joins me again for New Year's Eve. Nancy, don't hope, no. But also, that is awesome, though. I do like that story. And it was funny enough, too. Nancy, during our session, too, did an SP call, that was a crazy one, too. But I've seen that before, and it's just like, it still surprises you every time you see it. Much love to you as well, Bart. Oh, no problem, Josh. Yeah. I'm extending that out this Friday, too, the sale. Thank you for the pep talk. Well, you're welcome, Ariel. And I don't know if you've actually commented before, because usually I remember everyone's names and faces, but if you haven't, welcome in, and thank you for commenting, and glad it helped. Truth is, I don't care. I'm just making plans, but it would be nice if you joined. Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't it be wonderful if? But make your plans for you. Prioritize yourself. Show other people how you want to be treated. Even if it's not physically, mentally, you're showing people how you want to be treated by treating yourself a certain way. But with that, I love you guys very much. Thank you for another year of being around and enjoying the content and learning from it and sharing your success stories. I love hearing all this stuff. I love talking with you guys. Thank you for everyone who's trusted me enough as a coach to work with me. And I'm happy to hear your success stories and things like that. Thank you to everyone who pays to be on the Discord and who's here, or even if you don't, thank you to everyone who's here on the chats every week. I appreciate you guys. I know who you are. It means a lot to me. I'm going to be doing a couple other things and running some other channels this upcoming year. I'll share them here. Not to say if you don't want to be there, don't be there, but I'll share that with you guys. Like I said, it's the Mystic Manifesting family. I appreciate you guys for everything you've done so far, and going out on a limb here, doing this channel, and just not ever expecting it to be what it was. Just hoping to help a few people, and then it became this. You guys gave me the confidence in a way. It became my permission slip that I can do anything I want to do. So I appreciate you guys very much. And yes, and Happy New Year to all you guys as well. Rachel, Nancy, Bart, Ariel, Josh, Courtney was here, Ink was there, Marcus, everybody else is way up the thing, but you all know who you are. So love you guys very much. And if I don't see you tomorrow or on New Year's Day, I'll see you next Monday. Also, people in the Discord, you got 2 lives coming this week. I owe you one from last week. So anyway, love you guys. I'll see you later.